If you're ready, I'm ready. And OBS, why is this a black screen? Howdy, folks. We're doing Deus Ex.
And it wouldn't be our stream unless something broke. You know? But hey, you can blame it on the internet breaking today.
I know. This is not the internet's fault. This is my fault.
Today's the day where you can just say it's the internet's fault.
There we go.
Yeah, you can literally just say it's the internet's fault.
It's the internet's fault today.
Well, see, there was once upon a time when not everything was operated by like 3 Jenga blocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
There once was a time.
Tex is quiet.
Tex is quiet. What have you done, Dep?
Nothing. I've not changed any settings in like a month and a half. I tell you guys I'm changing settings, and you're like, yeah, that's better, and I didn't change anything. Because everything is already maxed.
You're just like, how's this? And you're just standing in the corner.
Alright,
Like
give me a sec. I'm going to tab out to try and change things.
you're gonna tab out
Yeah.
in a game like this.
In a game like this, at a time like this. Yeah, I've got Deus Ex revision volume at 3%.
3%, right?
Uh-huh. I've got you maxed in Discord and in the mixer and in the desktop audio mix. I have myself at -5 decibels, so I'm not overpowering you in the desktop mix.
Right. Well,
I don't know what else to do.
What if I turn the gain like way up on there?
You're louder to me.
Yeah. Do you two have that Discord AI noise filter on?
No, I turned it off because we thought that might be the issue.
And I am using the right microphone.
Tex is using his special fucking gravel voice mic.
Yeah, thanks. It's actually designed for bass drums. My voice is that low.
My natural voice is actually lower than this, but I got so used to people not understanding me on phones or microphones or radios that I started to elevate it a little bit, which is where the nasalness, I think, comes in slightly.
Well, we all have to speak up at work. I mean, that's just normal, right?
Bionic Babe says it's a touch louder. You are quite a bit louder for me.
No, if I turn this up any more loud, I'm going to have to turn down my headphones because I'm doing like...
Volume mixer's maxed.
Alright.
Yeah, see? Now he's back down for me. Tex is clearly on the far side of that gymnasium.
I am not. Now
Alright,
back
hold on.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's try this then.
I'll scream the whole time.
Fuck me. Gotta tap back out. There you
Alright,
go.
let's see. Now we're all playing the audio settings game.
Now he's down a well on the other side of town.
That's fine. Send help.
Get a megaphone.
Get a megaphone. Come for the gameplay, stay for the technical difficulties. All right. So like, I'm sitting here watching.
I think that's par for the brand for us.
Yeah, that actually is. It's a bit nuts. I'm just sitting here playing with settings. Nothing. I've
Yeah.
changed literally nothing. I've not changed a blessed thing. Not one. Maybe Tech should get a throat mic. You don't want to hear my throat. It would sound like Smaug. You would
Well,
hear
I
me
mean,
grunt every time I found something I didn't like.
throat mics are nice though for being understood in a high noise background
Sure, yeah, if we were working in a steam room,
or shooting guns and giving orders.
well, that's also
The
true.
downside is if you don't have that thing like fucking trans girl choker tight, it loses connection and then you got no sound.
That's fair. I mean, it's one of those things where it has to be tight like a dog shot collar.
Yeah, yeah, 110%.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, let me. I have no idea why, but I will restart Discord and see if that does anything. I'll be back.
Yeah, text got quieter again. He knows. Like, I really want to solve this problem. We've been fighting this for almost 2 years now. So, yeah, I'm doing okay, Tremere.
I'm back.
Tex
Is
is
that
back.
better or worse? Is that
It's the
better?
same. It's exactly the same.
I know it's gonna be the same to you. Well, the only thing that could really be changing output would be OBS. Would be OBS.
Well, and I have no OBS is not turned down in the Windows mixer. OBS is at maximum, although the volume mixer says it doesn't make noise.
Ah, that's weird. Well, we could
Um,
always do this the ghetto way. You could put me on your phone.
you know, that did pick you up pretty well.
Yeah. Wait, they're saying it's much better? Text suddenly okay. Nothing changed.
Nothing changed. Neither of us
Nothing
did
changed.
anything.
I didn't do anything either. I've touched nothing.
Oh my good god.
Ladies and gentlemen, whoever lit some incense.
Nobody
and prayed
fucking
to the,
breathe on it, okay?
Yeah,
We're doing
nobody
this.
breathe. Nobody breathe. Nobody. Okay, actually, I can't say that. That would probably get us banned on Twitch. I can just
Breathe
read the
lightly.
headlines now. Local psychopath encourages fan base not to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Remember there was that movement called the Breatharians?
No.
Remember? Okay. This was a group of people who genuinely preached the notion that you didn't need to eat food.
Oh, you
All
just
you had
filter
to
feed it
do-
like SpongeBob?
Yeah, exactly.
I
You
forgot
would
I was
just
pissed
breathe
drunk
in.
when I saved.
Oh yeah. Well, you can breathe. You breathe the air. And yeah, it was absolutely hilarious because they basically came down to a certain point and they said, "Okay, prove it." And this lady's like, "Sure, I'll prove it." So they, put her in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "All right, well, you know, uh, we're gonna make sure that you're under observation like 24/7, no food." And you know what's weird is after like 5 days, she lost like half her body weight, And they were like, "Are you doing okay?" And she's like, "I'm fine. I'm so good, man." Because starving to death. And naturally, they had to feed the lady. But yeah, there's always something weird like that out there. Then there was that whole movement of people that would just like go out and believe that they could be, they could get energy from the sun. They would just do that. They were just like, you know what? I don't need food. I go out naked in front of the sun. The sun provides. And I just stared and I was like, you know what? Like with people like this in the world, They
It's like
they remind me that my life is okay. Because every time I think my life is shit, or I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm a failure, I'll just like go out to Walmart. I'll go out to Walmart at like 2 in the morning, and there will be someone in their underwear like drinking whole cream in the dairy aisle, and I'll be like, "See, I'm fine. I'm a-okay." Why do I have a feeling someone's gonna clip that and be like, "Tex's advice on life"? But if ever you feel bad, just go to a public park or something and just watch for like 10 minutes. You'll be like, "Oh, I'm all
When I
right."
feel bad, I'm a crawl under the desk and see nobody kind of person.
Now I
What the
force
fuck
myself
is
to.
that?
I Look, don't worry about it. I force myself to people,
This is not
and
the normal drunk effect. What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do? Yeah, because how many energy drinks did you have?
Well, I'm gonna have some wine about it, I guess.
Do not. All right. This is the Dubois playthrough now. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
I think I may have. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you having some moments there.
We'll go ahead and burn the evidence.
I don't like the idea of photosynthesizing because you go on vacation to some place like the Pacific Northwest and then you'd starve.
Yeah. What were we doing? Were we going up or down? We're going down, right?
Well, we're going down in many ways, but yes, I believe that was the progress. Going to get to the heart of the matter.
Yes. Yeah, because this ship is full of Chinese soldiers.
Oh, why wouldn't it be?
Well, what's the scope again?
Oh, it's one of the brackets. This
That's
is
right.
the air. It's one of the brackets. This is before Half-Life standardized everything, you know. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's slowest reload on a HK platform. Good God.
That is not an HK platform.
It wants to be.
No, if this was an HK platform, first of all, the scope would be a Schmidt and Bender, right?
Uh-huh. How can you tell it's not? It's so low poly.
That's fair. That's fair. But I was gonna say also, if this was an HK platform of that era, left-hand charging because you can,
Uh-huh.
not for any advantage whatsoever, just because it's possible. That was that era of HK. They were just like, I can do this, and you'd be like, please don't. And yeah, no, that's HK. Very thoughtful ideas, and then very strange ones.
Is there a reason why you made JC left-handed? Well, I don't know about JC Denton, but DC Fenton is left-handed because I am.
DC fentanyl. You know, I'm gonna say that this is an unrealistic container ship because none of those crates are dogged down.
No, they're not dogged, and these are not flush rivets on these plates. That is an exterior feature, not a decking feature, typically.
Yeah, it's it's one of those little things when you've been around boats enough, you're just like, it's not realistic, and then people are like, you're one of those boat nerds, and then you cry quietly because it's true.
One of the fucking Metal Gear Solid music. One of the best stupid boat movies is Final Countdown, where they go back and try to change Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, we're an aircraft carrier group.
It is unreasonably accurate in all things carrier operations for no goddamn reason.
Yeah,
They
go
could have
back
had the
in
Constitution as the base ship for the fucking aircraft carrier, and it wouldn't have changed the story at all.
I just thought that movie was hilarious because like naval operations of that period, they only send up like a plane or two.
Yeah. We got a 2-plane cap. It's fine.
Yeah. I just love where they're like, you know what, fuel's expensive.
And we're really, really far from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they would just be like, no, we can't do that. That's expensive. I'm sorry. Congress said no.
Definitely somebody. Aim for the head. Remember the briefing.
Aim for the head. Good advice. Thank you.
If you fill the head with bullets, they can't think bad thoughts.
God damn it. Stop running. Check your 6. Good advice. God damn it. It was the last guy on deck with a pistol, too. That's embarrassing.
House Tremere says, binge and creased, my dudes. Quick, Dep, drink soda to heal your legs.
Oh, yeah, no, I do have the soda. I forgot about that.
You have soda. You might want to save after your massive inebriation wears off.
Okay, yeah, I can't apply the soda directly to my legs.
You just pour it on there, and you're just like, ah, better.
Fizzy pop.
And
Yeah,
instead of sulfa powder, you have fizzy pop.
The high fructose corn oil chases out the germs.
Germs hate sugar. I don't think that's
the
true.
military is trained to aim for center mass. However, these guys are like all toaster inside, so you gotta hit the head.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I remember you were playing Cyberpunk 2077 in the Legion.
Uh-huh.
And you blasted this dude with a grenade. Like, he was sitting there yelling at you, doing the normal bad guy yell thing. And you just chucked a grenade behind the dumpster, behind everything.
This is better than sex. Pop.
Oh, yeah. And you blew that guy across the room, and then he had to talk to you because he was like a quest giver. So half of this guy's mangled head and the pulped remains of his body turned toward you
from the floor
and had a conversation like nothing had happened.
Yep.
And we were all just beside ourselves laughing. That was almost as bad as the time. I took a screenshot of it. It's on my Steam account of people. We were showing all these bugs when the game first came out because it was hyped as shit, and I wanted to play it because I like Cyberpunk. And they showed it as a really cool game, and I thought, man, this is going to be a great game. When it came out, it was still a great game. It just had a shitload of bugs. And so, the game comes out, there are bugs, and I start documenting the bugs, and there were all these fanboys of CD Projekt Red who were just going like, you're exaggerating, these aren't real, what did you do to break the game? And I'm like, literally just played it, right? So one of the bugs I had was I rescued a guy out in the boonies, out in the Badlands, and I had to get him back, and someone was going to pick him up. And the car that picked him up, I heard it, but it was invisible. And so I saw this guy get into an invisible car and then drive off in the driving position. Like he just got into the driving position and then just took off driving his invisible car like a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stared, and I was like, Game of the Year. The game's pretty good now.
It's fantastic now. I'm slowly working through a Phantom Liberty playthrough.
One of the things that I thought was actually really neat in that game, somebody figured out how to do VR in it.
Yes.
Like first-person driving and stuff through Night City, and they said it's fantastic in first person.
I want to give it a shot.
I think that would be nice, just because exploring that city is, well, I mean, it's art, really. And there's not everything you need in there, but it's neat to look at.
Yeah. It's the latest in paint technology.
I just think it's kind of funny because, I do agree with Chad. The more money you spend on, like, the cameos and the celebrity endorsements and shit, the shittier the game's gonna be.
Yeah, well, there's a bell curve there, because there have been a lot of actually pretty good games that didn't have any money to spend on anything, and movies too, and they come out and they go away because nobody heard of them, so nobody watched them, and then a
And they
decade
become
later
like
you're like, this
yeah.
is awesome. Why wasn't this big?
Yeah, because it gets overshadowed by everything that got money dumped on it.
It's the
And
dread
then,
2012 issue.
oh yeah, and then it comes years later. They're like, "This is a cult classic," and it's like, I saw that. I saw Dread in the theater 4 times. I dragged people to it. Like people were like, "I don't like action movies," and I'm like, "You'll like this one." And then most of them liked it. And then one person said they didn't, and I said, "Well, I don't like your pants." And we haven't talked in a while.
Remember the briefing? That's your pep talk?
What was their briefing? Don't get murdered by a cyborg?
Well, already failed that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a really specific.
Uncle Mao's
briefing.
gonna be angry with you.
Yeah.
Uncle Mao says, take a great leap forward.
Oh God. So I wasn't here last week, but I heard stories about your wonderful playthrough
Oh, yes.
of the
Tommy Builder?
And let me collect my notes here. Everyone froze to death. That is my notes. That's what I have so far.
That's fairly accurate, yes.
You told me, you said you spent a lot of time naming like all the buses and stuff.
Plows. We're naming the snow plows because the snow came and we panic bought a gazillion snow plows.
Right. See, in my commie city, I've learned to be a turbo commie. And what I do is I ensure that no one has cars. If I find a car, I will demolish the building where they live.
I don't
I
think
will
we
just
had
be
any
like-
private vehicles either.
Yeah, I say no private property. Everyone can ride the buses, and the buses look like a ride at Disneyland. As soon as a bus leaves the station, another one pulls in.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
no excuse not to get on the bus.
The bus routes were kind of a pain for me. I turned them into spaghetti pretty quick, trying to solve issues.
Oh, I learned a hilarious trick. So at first, I started doing the Roddenberry thing, right? Because I was like, well, what if I ran this as like, instead of like a Stalinist state, I ran this as like a Roddenberry thing, like where everyone has a job and everyone, blah, 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 because everyone likes Star Trek.
Yeah.
So I create this post-resource utopia, right, where everybody has a job, everyone has really good healthcare, everyone has excellent entertainment, there's plenty of things to do, there's plenty of things to see, you can travel, I mean, everything's really nice, and I got everyone's happiness up to like 98%, and I got everyone's lifespan literally up to like 82 in 1963.
Nice.
Right. However, at that point, I started to realize that if I needed to upgrade things, upgrades cost money, right?
Yes.
So I felt compelled, having achieved one end of that spectrum of plenty for everyone. What if I, did the opposite end of the spectrum and said, well, let's all serve the state. So I changed industries, and instead of doing things like, like lemonade stands and kitten petting zoos, I was like coal coking, just everything everywhere. And I got the life expectancy down to 36.
Nice.
Imagine getting a pension at 36. They give you a cane and a pension because you're spent.
I really should have saved.
You should have, yes. But at least you saved after the drunk phase, right?
So we're trying to find 4 lands, right? I think that's where we're at.
I believe that is the concept. But I mean, I wasn't a terrible dictator.
I was.
I could have been worse.
No, I was terrible because I was ineffective.
What's funny
Too
is
soft to really terrify people, but too hard for them to actually like me.
My favorite thing was like the original OG Tropico. The OG Tropico was fantastic. Yeah, Dep, you need to place 4 lambs. That's what Night Owl is clarifying.
Well, yes, but I need 4 lambs to do that. I have 2. There's a third sitting right there. And I need to locate a 4th.
So the thing that was nuts is like nothing holds a candle to like OG Tropico when it comes down to like horrible crap you can do.
Yeah.
Because OG Tropico was horrifying. You could just be an absolute monster in OG Tropico. My favorite messed up thing that you can do in old Tropico is you can use your police to find out who is leading the opposition party.
Yep.
To whatever party you're running, and then say we're going to have free and democratic elections.
And just arrest anybody that runs against you.
Correct. So it's like the day before the election and the opposition gets arrested and thrown in the gulag. And I was like, I'm a Democratic Party, and no one could like come in and bother me because I did that. I was like, no, we're Democrat. We're Democratic here. Everybody has everyone has a say. You know, everyone can vote. One man, one vote. The man is me.
Yeah.
You know. But it's like, yeah, we have a democratic process. It's all kosher. Don't worry about it. And then the later Trompicos, they made that really hard.
They did. My favorite was to just absolutely suppress the shit out of the church and then tell the church, if you excommunicate my opponents, I'll go easier on you. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a good deal. And then you just oppress them even more after they do what you've asked.
Yeah, that was a good one. My other one that was funny is they said there was going to be a coup, so I fired the whole military.
Yep.
They were like, we're going to have a coup, and I was like, nope, and I fired them and paid the police double, and then the police are going to have a coup, and I fired them and then hired the military.
One thing that the later Tropicos do well, though, is overwhelming military firepower.
Oh, yeah.
Because there comes a point where you've got like 80 soldiers who show up to a battle with like 1 rebel.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there was a Tropico that had, I just want a smidge, not a lot, but like just a smidge more realism.
Yes.
Because they've leaned into the goofy bit, and I understand why, because it's terrifying. Like, we're making jokes here, but this stuff is actually like legit terrifying. But we were hoping for something a little bit more goofy, but also realistic, because there is that magical blend of things where it's like, oh yeah, you can run like a realistic secret police and this goofy dictator simulator.
First aid kit.
You know, you could just walk around. Why don't you put your leg back on like an adult? You know, just bolt that right back on, right there. Just use.
Only if you insist.
Yeah. I'm insisting you use your medical stuff just to put your leg back on.
Just a little leg as a treat.
Well, I mean, look, you have to. Yeah, House Tremere says they're drinking a 40 while watching this, as they thought it would be appropriate.
That is awful appropriate, yeah.
I would say, like, could you imagine a secret agent coming in and then like pounding 12 40s and then saying, I don't have time for this, and then jumping through a window? Because your character's done a lot of stuff that's fairly similar, you know?
Yeah, no, that's 110%. That's me.
I don't have time for this. Jumps through window. It's like, is that the guy who drank like 12 gallons of beer in 2 seconds?
And then drunkenly, destroyed the Majestic 12 agent sent to eliminate him again.
Yeah, it's just, why does he have a bazooka? Don't worry about it.
Ammo.
I heard a really messed up, speaking of Sean Connery, because someone said that sounds like a Sean Connery Bond movie. I heard a really great but messed up premise for a Bond movie. All right, Deb, have you ever had a vodka martini?
No.
No.
Ooh,
All right.
law.
Well, how many people in chat have had a vodka martini? Let's just see. Okay. I'm willing to bet a few people, right? So, vodka martinis, when you order them in real life, one of those is enough. Two of those will make you start thinking you can sing, right? So you have the one, and then you have the second one if you're not driving, right? That's when you start to get into like the Don Draper drinking school thing, where it becomes like Mad Men for real. You know, people. If you ever wondered why people in the 50s and 60s look like they were 50 when they were 30, that's why vodka
Yeah.
martinis, right? So here's the thing. I heard a great premise for a Bond movie. Shoot a Bond movie, but have him get realistically shithouse drunk. So he has like 2 or 3 martinis and gets up and then like takes the table out.
Yeah.
Or pulls his gun and shoots the wrong person and then just starts laughing and pees. I mean, it's one of those things where if you think you can drink like Bond, don't try it. That is a very old British thing. That's when people used to drink like their life was going to end tomorrow.
Oh, god damn it. I fell
What
off
did you
the
do?
ladder
Oh.
and broke both my legs.
You know, I was wondering where your legs went, but sometimes I look away for a second and they're not there anymore. And I've kind of gotten used to it. I've just been like, oh yeah, that happens.
Oh, now it's Rattling Simulator.
Oh god.
Hold on. Let me pull out my SnowRunner auto drive. Cruise control
Oh
set.
god.
If you put a 5.56 round in the top of a full Glock mag, it's got enough weight on the top end and it'll just sit on the flat of the base plate that you can have it hold down a button for you. It's nice.
That is insane, but I understand. So you're just gonna slither around like a snake.
I can't leave this deck because I can't jump anymore. I may be
Look.
soft locked here.
You have soft locked with lack of leg. Why did it take so long to play Deus Ex? Well, there were challenges, right? That's what we'll say. There were challenges.
I am challenged, yes.
Yes. Now, do you have any medical equipment?
Not a one. I even ate my Chunko honey bars.
All right. So you don't have any liquor. I don't see any water fountains on the deck.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm just
Nope,
imagining
we're stuck.
this guy running around on his nubs. You know? Oh man. Uh-oh. We have what's called a thing started, looks like, over on the right. That's a little
Oh, God.
alarming.
I remember when we first started doing Twitch and we thought that a raid was a bad thing. So we got raided by another channel and Crow's like, quick, ban them all!
Yeah, I didn't know what a raid was.
Oh, God. I feel so bad
there-
about that.
There's a reason why I don't like streaming with lots of people, because there's been times where I was streaming on the BPL channel. Like if I play BattleTech stuff, I can get like 700
Oh, God.
or 1,000 people watching, and I just don't like it. Because you can't talk to people.
No,
Like,
it's
you
impossible
can't read
to
what's
keep
being said.
chat.
It's
I
just
can't even
emotes.
block the porn bots fast enough.
Oh god, that's how you know you made it. That's how you know you made it. It's just like the porn bots are here, and you're like, thank God, I've finally made it. The porn bots. They're like, hello, are you lonely? And I'm like, this is the internet. The answer is yes.
Not so Mr. Big Boots without your day pass now, are you? Oh man, if they'd given me a day pass to the ship, I'd have taken it. Instead, I have to end all these men's lives.
I just love the fact that you're popping people with like a 10mm and nobody is going, that sounds like a very loud handgun.
Well, that's awful loud of you.
Riga's streaming asks, would you like to purchase a pornograph, JC Denton? What is that? Is that... It sounds like something from the Victorian era. By Jove, grab your coat and top hat. We're going to go see a pornograph.
Alright, give me half a second here.
I say, most excellent and titillating. Let us abscond to the pornograph post haste. I hear there are ladies without clothes on. This is a bizarro world. All right, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh man. By God, you can see her knees. I think it's funny when you look back at what caused people back then to flip out, especially when it comes down to like morality statutes. You know, where people were just like, you can't see that, because there were women getting fined for wearing bathing suits, and I don't mean like
There were women getting
improper
fined for
ones.
wearing pants.
Yeah, it's like, that woman's wearing pants, by God.
Wearing pants and driving a motorcycle, how unwomanly.
Yeah, horrifying.
Truly.
Next, they'll propose to vote. Oh, man.
Son of a bitch, you shot my leg out.
Yeah, he aims right for the leg. He knows that hopping is your superpower.
He knows that knees are my weakness.
That's true.
They say you go weak in the knees, I go knee in the weak. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
You can't see me.
Stop right there.
Nope. I refuse.
Guy
He
on
just fucked
Broadway
off.
says, if I could ask one thing of Mr. Tex, not that I would,
Wait for him to move.
but I would like to hear Mr. Tex just thumb through that 1800 Sears catalog and read out some of the quirkier items in that transatlantic accent he sometimes uses. All right. Where is my Sears catalog? That is not it. That's not it. Nope. I'm going through my PDFs.
God damn it, he shot my other leg off.
God, I forgot. I have literally all the arming manuals for the Flak 88 for reasons.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I have a lot of them. Yeah, there's the gunsmithing PDFs for guns that aren't made anymore. I like the one for the Thompson. They're like, remember to use quality sperm oil, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just go down and find sperm whale oil at the pharmacy where I buy my ether.
That needs treads for a cyborg. You know, one of the most disturbing things I ever did was I put Codsworth with the Robo update in Fallout 4. I put Codsworth on Robotron legs, which are the ladylike ones. So he's just strutting around, wobbling the entire time.
I don't like that.
Oh, it was really disturbing.
I really.
I thought you watched me do that because I recall you saying it looked disgusting.
Yes, I just remembered it. Now, keep in mind, sometimes I drink to forget large blocks of data. And that has come back now.
Yeah, that was one that was worth ignoring.
All right, so let's see. You know what? I have my 1902 Sears catalog here, right? I'm gonna open that up.
Just
here.
let me go down the ladder. Thank you. Don't fall off.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna find the pharmacy section because that's the best part.
Hey, Lord Grimos got into grad school. Nice.
Hey, Mazel Tov. Good job. Good fucking job.
Congratulations. Yeah, that is a big deal.
That is a big deal. I remember when I got into grad school.
Impressively,
you know,
DC Fenton is climbing a ladder while he's holding a shotgun with both hands and has no legs.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. You know what my dad said when I got into grad school?
I don't know.
When are you gonna get a real job?
Oh.
He didn't like the fact that I had more education than him. I was like, who's dumb now? All right, let's see. Oh God. Okay, let's play a game, chat. I'm gonna read the description and you tell me how much it costs. This is 1902. All right, 1902. Ready? All right. Lard oil, used exclusively by plumbers, brass spinners, etc. for all kinds of lubricating, for miners' lamps, railroad lanterns, etc. per gallon.
What do we think it costs, chat? Give me a second to catch up. 10 cents, 3 cents a gallon, 50 cents, 37.
$5 Storm Song? That's more than a day's wage. Are you crazy?
Well, I mean, maybe it's really high quality sperm oil.
No, this is lard.
Oh.
This is lard oil. It does not specify what animal.
So it could still be whale.
It doesn't say. It just is like, you have two choices. You have number 1 lard oil and extra winter strained. Those are not animals I know. All right, check this out. 80 cents a gallon.
80 cents. Huh. That's honestly, that's not too bad.
All right, so get this.
For the
in
air.
the kerosene section, I'm in the kerosene section. Sears would ship kerosene to your house, but they have a special little box here, right?
Yeah, to keep the kerosene safe.
No. The special box says stove gasoline.
Oh, God.
74 degrees, deodorized, barrels only. Price per gallon for gasoline for your stove. Not natural gas, not electric. Gasoline.
$1? Gas didn't hit $1 a gallon until the 90s, man.
Yeah.
35
This is going to
cents.
make you guys cry. This is
75
going to make
cents. 4 cents. 20 cents.
12 cents a gallon. And they
Oh,
only sell it by the barrel.
Well,
It
yeah.
shows
at
a
that,
wooden
it's-
barrel.
Well, I mean, so that's 30 or 50 gallons on a wooden barrel, right?
And this is before they started adding lead to gas, tetraethyl lead. So this would be unleaded. All right, let's see. Let's get into the... Oh, boy. Yeah, all right. I'm going to find the pharmacy section because that's where the good shit is. There's everything in these. They have like a whole jeweler's department where it's like, make your own jewelry. Here's the stuff to do it. They also sell, oh, okay. Okay. I gotta zoom in because I got my old man eyes. All right. Let me read this ad. Okay.
I got a leg back.
Let me stretch my back there. Oh, don't get old. All right. Here we go. Dynamite is, in our opinion, an excellent agent for removing stumps. When a stump is in hard clay soil, place the dynamite under the stump if possible. When the stump is in sandy soil, use an auger as shown in the illustration. A 2-inch wood auger is preferable. When the ground is frozen, is the best time to blow out stumps with dynamite. Please note that dynamite freezes at 42 degrees Fahrenheit. There are no warning labels on any of this. This is all they need to ship you dynamite. Don't worry, if you've never handled it before, the next paragraph has you covered. All right? Get this.
Send it.
To those who are not familiar with handling dynamite, we will, on application, mail a booklet giving full information.
Very nice.
All right, so dynamite, number 1XX, 75% nitroglycerin per pound. Per pound.
Okay, this is where I'm supposed to plant charges?
19 cents.
5. I need a 5th. God damn it.
19 cents a
Oh,
pound
I've got to land. Okay.
for dynamite.
Yeah, good lord. Did I ever send you the dynamite fucking onion sack?
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen that. So here's the best part. Dynamite for blasting caps. It says we cannot sell less than a box of 100. No instructions.
So this is the reason why in old barns you have to be careful, because you do occasionally run into old boxes that are covered in what looks like rock candy.
That's nitroglycerin.
It turns out that the N in TNT will leak out over time.
Yup. So here's a good one. Winchester breech loading cannon, 12-inch blued carbonized steel barrel. Guess the price. Yes, you can buy a cannon.
Yeah, Winchester made cannons. Small,
Yep.
like punt guns and stuff. Or not
Yeah,
punt
it's a
guns.
little porch gun. It's like
Yes.
it says, the barrel is smoothbored and nicely tapered, and it makes an excellent cannon for 4th of July celebrations.
Good lord.
Hey, you know what I love about 4th of July? Blowing out all my windows and everyone going deaf. The price is $5.50. All right, let's see.
You know, I mean, that's really for a swivel gun.
It's not bad. I
Because
mean,
that's
imagine,
essentially what that was.
well, imagine, you're sitting there with, you're sitting there as an autistic person. I'm an autistic person. I'm sure most of my fans are a bit on the spectrum, right? So you like what you like. You like trains or cannons or guns or war stuff or books about whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever
all
you
of the
like, you
above,
like.
if
You
you're
know,
unlucky.
yeah, you like all this stuff. But imagine if you could buy a cannon for $5 and nobody cared. You could buy dynamite for 19 cents. I'm not saying I would want to live there long term, but I would love to go back to 1902 for like a week just to have fun. Where it's just you can go down to the pharmacy and be like, I have a headache, and be like, oh, well, time for a magic carpet ride. Let's have some laudanum. Yeah, I think everyone who is autistic is just like, I could do the 1900s. Okay, show of hands in chat. How many people think it was classier when everyone had to wear hats? Yeah, see? Everyone. I'm not saying we need to bring back everything from the old days, but I think, like, if we all had to wear, like, top hats and bowler hats and straw hats and nice, like, frock coats, because they were cheap back then, relatively. They didn't cost any more than clothes do now. I think that would be nice. Yeah, walking around town with a cane. Someone asks you what time it is, you have to get out your pocket watch with a little gold chain. I mean, that's fancy. The world needs more fancy, Deb. All right. Now, okay. Here's some shit you couldn't sell today. I just found something that you could not sell today. All right.
Okay.
Acme tire tape. Acme tire tape will mend those pin punctures that you get every so often. You cannot afford to be without it. No cyclist should be without this useful part of a repair outfit. We have put the price where it is as low as it is possible to put it. Price per roll, Acme tire tape. And if you think that's ridiculous, that's a lot of damage. They still make this crap.
Yeah, they just aren't allowed to sell it in the U.S.
Isn't that just duct tape? Pretty much. 3 cents. Okay. You know, I just realized something scary. There are no ingredients listed on any of this. Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one. All right. Never leak tire fluid. This is a compound invented for the purpose of making porous tires airtight. It is also self-healing puncture fluid. And then in bold print, not mailable. What's in it? Imagine going to the mechanic and they're like, "What's wrong?" And you just say, "My tires are porous." I have porous tires, you know. Are they flat? No, of course not. 29 cents. All right, they sell horse stuff. Who cares about that? Lots of brushes. Boring. I'm just scrolling through and finding fun things. Doing that transatlantic accent is like, this is my normal voice. When I do the high-pitched stuff, it hurts. So I have to rest it in between takes. Let's see. Wow, they sell a lot of whips. Holy shit. They have like 3 pages of whips. Why? Oh no. I found it. I found the quack section.
Oh, nice.
All
Why
right.
won't they let me silence the pistol or the shotgun? What else
It's
is there?
impossible, you know?
Silence.
All right, put it on the rifle.
I dropped the rifle for the law.
Oh, silence the law.
Well, I'm in.
Yeah, it says... Let's see. That's weird. Yeah. All right, so anyways, here we go. I'm going to read this to you,
Yeah.
and I want you guys to imagine it. So I'm not asking you guys to not watch the stream, but let your eyes glaze over, and let me take you away to the magical land of whimsical nonsense, right? These are real Dr. Christmas years. You ready? Electric insoles.
Oh, no.
A boon to those with troubled or poor circulation and cold feet. If the feet are kept warm, the body will be less subject to the various complaints arising from cold. These electric insoles contain the pure polished metals, arranged in such a manner that a mild, pleasant current is produced along the soles of the feet, which stimulates the blood and keeps it circulating constantly. And then it warns you to keep your feet dry. Price per pair. Price per pair for electric insoles.
Uh, 45 cents, 150, 105, $2, 40 cents, 30 cents, 90, 315.
They are 60 cents. 60 cents for electric feet shockers. Remember, keep your feet dry.
Good advice. Good advice
All
from the
right.
feet shocker.
All right, here's a good one. All right, here's a good one. Electric ring for rheumatism. These are the first rings introduced into the United States, all others being imitations. Their popularity has caused many rings to be placed on sale that are without curative properties. Our magic rings are real. What about, you know, other things? Don't worry about it. Our magic rings are very real. Alright, so they don't say insecticide. They have a much cooler name for it. Insect destroyer. That's amazing. Like, I would be in pest control. It's like, oh, what do you use on these termites? I use insect destroyer. That's cool.
Pretty metal.
That's pretty fucking metal. Insecticide? No, I use insect destroyer. My name is Killfuck Soul Shitter. I mean, that's just metal. I think, yeah. Some shit from the 18th. Oh, I mean, that's good. Yeah, chat's like, insect destroyer, they hunt bugs with a small warship. Watch it just be like carbolic acid. Just dissolve the wall. Alright, let me see. I'm sitting here looking through. There's this, there's a lot of knives.
Alright, I've got a laser sight on my Gep gun.
Excellent. Man, the quack section is oh no. Oh, they got a lot of plows actually. That's pretty cool.
I figured that plows would be a pretty common one.
Yeah, I want to get back to the quackery stuff because they try to space it out because they don't want people to see all their quackery at once. So they're like, well, we also do farming things.
Was it? It was Reindeer, not Reindeer Stampede. It was an orchestra.
They also have Kenwood windmills. Nice.
Flotilla, Reindeer Flotilla.
Reindeer Flotilla? That's the weirdest password.
No email today. But add the no email to the data vault, I guess.
Oh yeah, you could buy a steam engine.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Our engines are of a new design, carefully built and of the best materials. Every point that could add to their durability has been carefully considered. It doesn't say they made it better. It just says that they thought about it. That's horrible. All right. 16 horsepower steam engine. Guess the price. We have considered durability. I'm not looking at AliExpress. I'm reading the Sears catalog from 1902. Well, 16 horsepower isn't bad for a steam engine. It's the torque you get on a steam engine. You get ass loads of torque.
Oh, yeah. Well, and steam was starting to see some agricultural use before internal combustion came in and kind of kicked it out of the way.
Yeah. All right. 148.50. 148.50. So a little pricier than the items we've found so far.
Yeah.
A little pricier.
Not crazy though.
No. A lot of Acme products. Let's see. God, this one has so much farm crap. Alright, let's see. Because most people won't know what these things are. They have a bone mill for grinding bones down. That sounds like a good name for a band.
Bone mill?
We're the bone mill. A lot of chicken accessories.
Yeah, you know, chickens were. I mean, this is kind of the era where chickens became an every farm thing.
Yeah.
Because you had them, but they were egg layers. They weren't meat.
I just love the idea of we have considered every point of safety on the steam engine. We've thought about it.
Thought about it. That's all we had to do, though.
Every part that could make this safer has been considered. I'm gonna avoid the dental tools.
Let's see. 65678.
Oh, God. All that really required you to be a dentist back then was to have a sign and a set of tools.
And a dream.
And a dream. Like, what do you do? Dentistry and taxidermy.
324.
Usually you'd practice on the taxidermy to be a dentist. Not dissimilar trades. Oh man, they're like, we sell all sorts of buggy accessories for your horsey.
Safety was considered and found superfluous.
We considered safety and instead we brought you bargains. They have an odometer for your carriage. Yeah. Just so you know how many miles you have on your horse.
You gotta trade it in before 100, otherwise it's a little worn out.
Yeah, just so you can make sure that you do all the engine flushes. Oh, man.
I like how they're wearing Chinese Navy uniforms in quotations, but they still have the Illuminati helmet.
Look, when you join the Illuminati, you get a helmet.
Okay, so I have searched the entire upper decks. Did not find a second lane. No.
I'm trying to get out of the farm stuff because there's so many weird farm things.
Farming is weird.
Oh, yes. All right. Okay. I got one.
Thermoptic camouflage.
I got one.
Okay.
All right. Acme Fire Extinguisher. A device that every store, factory, and residence should be equipped with. Absolute protection against loss by fire can now be assured to property owners at a small cost. The Acme Fire Extinguisher is the simplest and most powerful machine made. It is made of heavy copper, securely riveted and soldered and highly polished. Holds 3 gallons and throws a stream 40 feet. The solution is guaranteed to contain no acids to destroy fabrics, etc. Although it is the most powerful fire extinguisher solution known. Solution for recharging can be obtained from any druggist for 15 cents. Full directions sent with each machine. Weight when ready for use, 12 pounds. Guess how much?
$7, $20, 28 cents, $4, 7 cents, $10, 25 cents, 75 cents.
$5. It's all copper. You have a 12-pound riveted fire extinguisher. It's probably hydrogen peroxide and water, is my guess. Oh no. They have a respirator, and it looks like a cup that someone drilled 5 holes in the bottom of that's strapped to the face. Okay, the Acme respirator. The Acme respirator is the most complete article ever offered for protecting the throat and lungs from dust and poisonous gases and all other impurities in places where persons are exposed and many times life endangered. Over 8,000 in use. Guess how much?
Hmm.
Look, the fire extinguisher is cheaper than the cannon, but only just. So I think that, that sends a purpose. You have cannon dreams, but fire extinguisher reality.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we got a winner. That's $1. All right, let's see. What else? Lots of steam gauges.
Well, when you're a steam economy, you need steam gauges.
That's true. They talk about they don't say shitters. They say water closets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're advertising several as frost-proof. Good God! All right, let me read this. Okay. Now, how many people love to take? How many people love to take like a fancy bath just to feel fancy, like a bubble bath, right? Right, and in like you sit there and you're like, oh yeah, a nice hot bath at the end of the day. But here's the thing, they will ship you a bathtub, but anyone who's had to do any sort of reno on a bathroom knows how fucking expensive this is. Check this out. Steel-clad, nickel-plated bathtub.
Okay.
It's 28 inches wide.
Oh god.
And it's like 5 feet long. And it has a heavy oak rim. Nickel-plated. It weighs 108 pounds. Take a guess.
What do we think, chat?
Nickel-plated bathtub. Holy shit.
Well, otherwise the steel would rust, you know?
$11.
$11. Good lord.
Just imagine the mailman. I have your bathtub, sir. Yes, bring it in. I remember reading one of these that was from the Victorian era, and it was a London one. That was hilarious because they advertised toilet paper that was guaranteed to have no splinters.
That really gives you a perspective about how things used to be, huh?
And yes, I'm reading the Sears catalog. Okay, what did they call the toilet plunger before the toilet plunger?
The expunger.
Nope, the handy force pump.
Oh god.
They just like, yeah, there's a lot of lead pipe in here. Let's see. They have They have a lot of crazy shit. A lot of gas lamps back when that was, the thing.
So I don't think I can get back over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down.
I got a good one. 1902.
Okay, there's no ladder there.
Okay,
1902.
here we go.
Yep, go for
Incandescent lamps. These lamps are produced by the foremost maker in the United States, and the highest skilled labor only is employed. Every lamp is tested 3 hours before leaving the factory. The vacuum is the highest known in lamp manufacture, and the filaments will not sag in the bulb. Best lamps made for factory use are where there is any vibration, pure celluloid filaments, careful glasswork, candle power maintained. No short-lived lamps. We furnish these lamps with either Edison or TH base. Be sure and state which kind wanted, price each, and you have to specify 8, 10, or 16 candle power. The power of 16 candles, my God! 16 whole candles.
Look at this tiny little container.
It's a small one. It's for little things.
It's doors all the way around.
I know. Yeah. It's the future of Amazon. It prevents porch pirates. All right.
No.
The price for these, I shit you not, is a fortune back then. It's 22 cents a bulb. Oh, there go your legs.
It was putting me on the wrong side of the ladder because it sticks up slightly too far. So it wouldn't let me get on this side. It was trying to make me climb down the other. My legs and my head? Oh, my torso.
You have plenty of medical kits.
I did.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. They have all sorts of crazy shit. I mean, this basically is largely tools because they are selling to rural America.
Yeah.
Like if you were in Kansas, this was your Amazon back then.
Yeah, the original house on my property was a Sears catalog house.
I love how they wrote copy back in this time. There is a whole page, no, 2 pages with written memorandums of agreement and testimonials for sewing machines. JC Ground Beef Denton. Yeah,
well,
no shit.
Sewing machines were big business then. I mean, you were talking about the first generation to really have them in numbers.
Oh,
everything before that was hand sewn, but it was still the era where, you know, the family was sewing its own clothes largely.
Oh, I know. I mean, it was lifeblood. It was lifeblood for the whole family. Like, being able to sew things was the ability to not have to buy pre-made clothes. Pre-made clothes, factory machine clothes were a city
hideously expensive.
Yeah, you had to work in a factory to be able to afford clothes made in a factory. So that was kind of an issue. Let me go get a beverage. I need to relax my throat for a second. Get a beverage.
Yeah.
And then I will read you some of the great, hilarious copy because I want to challenge Chad to try to think like people from 1902. I'll be right back.
I found some darts. All right. Water break. My water is right here. Give me half a second. Because unlike Mr. Tex, I prepare for these streams. And also, I drink very little except water, so it's kind of hard to... just having water on my desk perpetually.
Oh my God.
All right, I return.
This is the bow or the stern?
All right, chat, I'm going to challenge you. Let's say you own a business that makes sewing machines or sells them, and you need to convince your customers that your sewing machines are the best in the world, the only ones to be trusted. How would you describe them? And the reason I ask this is because it's very interesting to look how people describe things based on time period. You know, what language they use.
The barrels float. That's news.
It will stitch and not take your hands. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. All things considered, that is a good selling point. Stitch is like a maxim, not bad, not finger eating. All right, yeah, okay. I'm gonna read this now because these are some good ideas. Let me show you how people from 1902 describe things. All right. We feel. Oh, okay. First of all, I have to say this first sentence is 8 times the font of everything else on the page, and it's bold and underlined.
So this is the bow then. That's the stern.
We feel that we are justly entitled to the distinction of being headquarters for sewing machines, for even our competitors will have to admit that we are the largest dealers in sewing machines in America. We sell many times as many sewing machines as all other catalog or mail order houses combined, more than the combined capacity of 4 of the leading sewing machine factories with a daily output of over 500 sewing machines. Our sales averaging for a 9-hour day 1 sewing machine per minute. We have been able to effect savings in the cost of manufacturing the many different parts that go into a sewing machine. We have been able to make many improvements, bringing our machines up to the highest standard of quality, and even on one small percentage profit plan, then offer them direct to our customers at prices that baffle any attempt to compete with us.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Our machines are baffling. So, the best sewing machine they got, it's called the Queen. What does it cost? See, everybody's got an idea now. $10.45.
$10.45.
It's not bad, and the thing is fucking huge. It's all wrought iron and giant.
Yeah. As was the fashion at the time.
They're like, this one has a ball bearing in it. You're like,
A
how
ball
many?
bearing.
It has one. Has ball bearing in bold, like a third of the page. Ball bearing.
Gotcha.
That's the elite assault rifle. I see.
How elite is it?
Well, it's elite enough it's been kicking my fucking ass.
Oh man, there are a
I wonder
lot.
if that's worth my time.
All machines have balls. All right. Let's see. Hardware department, and it starts off with cutlery. It's not hardware.
Well, sometimes you just need to cuddle.
Okay. Cocobolo handle kitchen knife. Cocobolo wood, which is a controlled wood these days.
Yeah.
Like if you are ridiculously stupidly wealthy, you get a Cocobolo desk. That will set you back as much as a car.
I know a guy who's I know a guy who's like lifetime woodworking project. He's replicating the what is the Oval Office desk?
Oh, there's a few of them.
Yes, but the one that is famous for being made of chipwood.
Oh, yeah, I think it was Jefferson's.
Yes. There's a Resolute desk. The Resolute, thank you. Is reproducing the Resolute desk in Cocobolo, and that's been like a 10-year project for him because he can only afford so much Cocobolo wood at once.
So, Cocobolo kitchen knife is 7 cents. That's amazing.
Am I gonna get just fucking murdered when I go through here?
You might. I mean, that's a turret.
That is a turret. I've
does it
turned the
look
alarm
happy.
sounder pass off though. That did not stop the alarm from sounding. You son of a bitch.
Well, you seem to be in a real pickle there, bud. I love how circular saws and hand saws are in the same section as straight razors. I mean, what kind of beard do you think I have?
An American one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, okay. So there's no way to do this from the inside, so I've got to go outside.
I love looking through these old catalogs.
They're a good time.
Now, well, when you go into the gun sections, that's where you start to feel like really bad. You'd be like, oh, cool. That was like $1.
Well, I mean, that happens for me just any historic gun catalog these days.
Yeah. Quite true. Quite true. You could take $100 back into a gun store. You could walk out with half of it. You're like, I'll take everything on the counter. They're like, sir, you didn't even look at them. Don't need to. I'm going back to the future where these will cost a fortune.
Yeah, and 1,000 rounds for each.
Oh, man. They sell door locks. They sell all sorts of tools. They sell chain. They sell fixtures. I'm going through the sections real quick. Oh, they sell roofing. Oh. Okay. I kind of want this now. I actually found something I want. Like, I actually found something I want. Like, genuinely want.
Okay.
All right? The voice is killing me, so I'm not going to do it any further. But here we are. Steel brick siding.
Oh, very nice.
Painted both sides. It can be applied by any mechanic. Lays perfectly smooth, and after painting, cannot be distinguished from the finest Philadelphia pressed brick. Holy shit. Steel brick. Okay, so,
So that then would be very early stamp.
yeah, it requires 7/8 inch barbed wire roofing nails to lay a square of it.
That's
Siding,
nice.
like for the side of your house, steel bricks. Price per sheet painted. Let's take a guess. And the sheet is 5 feet by 2.5 feet. It needs to be installed by, it says, a mechanic.
Ask your local mechanic for recommendations.
Yeah.
$8, 2 shillings, 1 cent, $7.
33 cents. Bulletproof goodness from Sears and Roebuck. Good God. Is your house eaten with wood? Use steel. What about lightning? Who cares? Oh, good. Holy crap. Okay, I got one. What the shit? All right.
Getting on the ladder was so hard that they just gave me an achievement for it.
You're fine.
They recognized that was a problem.
All right. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, here we go. The genuine new house trap number 6 for grizzly bear. This is the strongest trap made. It will hold lion, cougar, tiger, or moose, as well as the great grizzly bear. Spread of jaws 16 inches. Weight 42 pounds.
Good God.
It has a note to meet the views of certain hunters whose judgment we respect. Guess the price.
Love the Ormuz.
Or moose. You know,
12
just
cents, $7, $4.50, $4.25.
they sell it next to the
$2.
mouse traps. Just go into the section at Sears labeled traps. That is $10. 42 pounds of steel for $10. Good lord. What do you do when you trap a grizzly bear?
Wait it out, I think.
Yeah, you get anywhere near that trap, you're dead. I mean, as soon as it steps in it, it's just going to rip the trap out of the ground and go right at you. It's going to be really, really bad. Yeah, I know, they sell... Oh, that's how you get rid of grizzly bears. They sell dynamite, Tex. Thanks, Mayhawk. Yeah, that's fair. You're just like, well, time to blast the bear, and you just have, like, the plunger with the dynamite next to you, you know? Just to sort it out. I mean, I love the Sears catalog, but I also love how optimistic they are about the end user's responsibility. And you can tell that this is an era where people really didn't sue each other that often. It was just, well, if you can afford it, you know how to use it. Yes, use liberal amounts of insect destroyer. Dissolve bears with this spray. It's just... This was back when you could buy anything. They didn't care. They weren't legally required to.
Yeah. I mean, wrong.
I mean, think about it. I mean, this was a long time before, like, tort reform and any of that other stuff. It was just like, eh. Who cares? Our customers are the most trustworthy customers. I mean, I wouldn't trust adults with a bear trap. And there's no ID at this point. There's no, like, mail in a copy of your ID. Mail money, Sears give you. That was the era of this. You know how in BioShock, where you run into that clown, the circus of values, where it's like, come back if you have some money, buddy, you know, and it laughs at you. Still haunted by that clown, by the way. You've got that. And I'm just saying this, like, that is the same equivalence of what you could do with the Sears catalog. They will sell you anything. Seems like the Elite Sniper Rifle is working pretty okay.
Elite Assault Rifle.
Yes, sorry, Elite Assault Rifle, because it has a big ol', like, French-style F1 magazine on it.
It's still clear that whoever designed the guns in this game thought 7.62 is smaller than 9mm. Without any other thought.
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. 7.62, you know, is smaller in diameter, so that's the only measurement we take, right?
Yeah, it's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, you don't need Andrew Ryan if you've got the Sears catalog. I mean, heavy inspiration is this era of just madness. Alright, let's see. Otter traps, beaver traps, deer traps, wolf traps, gopher traps, mouse traps. They have a guillotine-shaped thing, and they say it's for hedgehogs.
There, I can hear you.
I'm just like, alright. Ah, yes. They have a fruit and lard press. I hope you don't confuse those. You're like, this jam is not very good. Hello, Mr. Train. Alright, let's see. Reading that Sears catalog. They have a lot of fun stuff.
I could have sworn.
Found the
Quality.
sewer.
You're finding adventure. They sell, let's see, house furnishings. Oh man, the washing machines are just like half barrels with a crank.
Yeah, clothes also didn't last all that long in this period of time because we were really rough when we cleaned them.
Yeah. Yeah. They have what's called a can opener here, and that is a chisel. Be like, oh, do you want some canned peaches? And you get out your ball peen hammer and chisel. They have a refrigerator department which has a box for the ice, and the fridge is made of wood. Yep. Good lord. Have to call the Iceman by. Oh, alright. Okay. I got a product for you guys. I got a product for you guys. Stove lining. Asbestos plastic stove lining, composed of asbestos and other fireproof materials, is easily applied with a trowel and makes a durable and economical lining for cook stoves. Useful for repairing broken brick or iron lining. 5-pound pails each. How much? 5-pound pail of asbestos. My friends, asbestos is at the low, low price of 25 cents. One George Washington will give you a 5-pound pail of asbestos. Mailman comes up and he's got a hacking cough. Now, if you get into like the teens era of this, you start running into all the catalogs that have like radium water in there.
Yep.
They're like radium paint for your jugs. They have a lantern section. Oh. Okay, I got one. I love the idea as well, again, where they talk about the we have considered safety, you know?
Considered and dismissed.
Alright, I got a good one. Acme gasoline torch for indoor and outdoor lighting. Not affected by wind, rain, cold, or heat. Produce a large, brilliant flame. No shit! Equal in volume to 10 gas jet flames. The reservoir holds 6 quarts.
Oh, God.
Bring in like a gallon and a half of gas and pour it in and be like, I need some lighting. Oh my god. Alright, how much for the gasoline torch for indoor lighting? Alright, it says they are 90 cents. However, 90 cents. However, I will point out, they have another version with 2 burners, with 2 valves, and they say it is much brighter.
Oh, good God.
Can you imagine having a gasoline torch in your house? And you're like, hold on, I need to turn the lights up. Oh, yeah, and Chad says, with 90 cents, I can buy 10 gallons of asbestos, though. Well, that's fair. You won't have a fire in your house. Oh, my God. This is insane. I just love that they're like pale asbestos. You got some good looking boots in here though.
Oh, dude, vintage boots are fucking awesome. You know, they very literally do not build them like they used to. You know, when the cobbler came around once every 2 years, you needed boots that would last you 2 years. I've drained that water cooler.
Yeah, I've already gotten to the end of this one. Yeah, this is nuts. And hello, yes, this is Deus Ex Revision.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, they've got shower camera. What kind of Big Brother future is this?
They need to see you. Make sure you're using herbal essences by L'Oreal. I'm just gonna say this much. Like, there's some things I would love to buy from this time period, but I would also love to go to someone's house who had a gasoline lamp. You go over to their house and they're like, hold on, I gotta turn on the lights, and you just start screaming, no. Please don't.
Yeah, by having some speed issues with the original, we mean, of course, that the game was on speed.
Yeah, that was amazing. I'm just gonna say this much. If I had a gasoline lamp, yeah, that... it'd be like, man, it's really hard to breathe in this room.
Well, I mean, they didn't build things as airtight as they used to.
Yeah, the gas fumes were less dangerous back then, I'm sure.
I'm just saying they had more places to go.
Yeah, and don't worry, you could buy a pail of asbestos, so, you know, your house would be safe. Your
Very
children
safe.
might be a bit
Exceptionally
simple,
safe.
you know, and you might live to the ripe old age of, like, 40.
That's as far as I'm gonna make it anyway.
That's fair. But here's
what
the thing.
year is this? We're talking about the 1904 Sears catalog.
Yeah. The early Sears catalogs are hilarious because it's just like pale asbestos and then pesticides with no labels whatsoever. It just says it's an insect destroyer, and I have no doubt it does that. I'm fairly certain though it also destroys other stuff.
Okay. Where am I supposed to be putting those explosives?
Frito, if you're gonna ask what year we're living in, I'm gonna make one up. It's 1979. Oh, that looks like a place to put one. You know, that hole with the piping and stuff. Alright. The Night Owl says there should be a sort of box-like thing on the wall.
You mean like that?
Because it's been so long, I do not recall. But
yeah, because it shows one on the front of on the stern of the ship. And there's no box-like thing there. And then bilge control and opposite side of bilge control. And then two at the stern.
They really need to do a remake of this game, I agree. I think that would be pretty sweet. Night Owl, help us out here. My memory is failing this.
All of them are on the interior? I can't figure out how to get into the interior.
Have you tried swimming under the boat and then into it?
I have not, actually.
Because there is underwater.
Yeah, I know.
Those swimming in this game is not.
Leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. Yeah. Night Owl says don't go outside.
So I killed all of these people for no reason? That pile
Well,
of bodies
I mean,
serves no purpose?
I think that it made you feel better. You picked up a better rifle. You made the real friends of the murders along the way. You know. Yeah, Troublemint says now he grows a conscience.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Conscience is a strong word.
Yeah, regret. Not at the things done, but the time taken to do them.
Exactly, yes.
Kinda
Swimming,
like that
the only
time.
skill that can be completely mastered at character creation.
I remember that you were playing Shadows of the Doubt, and you spent something like, you basically did the Stasi method, where you broke in to downtown.
Oh no, it won't let me go up the ladder.
You broke into downtown, and you had basically grabbed everyone's data, and then you were just like creating this comprehensive list of everyone in the city.
Yes.
So as soon as you bumped into him, you'd find him, and I was like, oh wow, so you like spent hours and hours just breaking in, and you said yeah, and I was like, well, how many people have died to this murder? And you're like, oh, a lot. Like the town was half depopulated.
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah, no, I kind of wish in that game that they would either make it more difficult to get into the archives or reduce the amount of information they've got, something. Because that is how to break the game 101.
I think if you made it super turbo hard to get into the archives, and then it rewarded you because you have the thing, but say that like you have a 5-minute window before it sounds an alarm regardless of what you do. You know, because
yeah, this is locked. I can't unlock it with picks. There's no buttons or anything. None of the controls in the ship's control spaces open that door, which I kind of thought they would.
Alright, so Night Owl says there should be a series of open boxes on the walls of the interior of the ship's hold. Should be on the lowest level of the ship. Thank you, Night Owl. Because I know there's some changes, and last time I played it, I played the OG, and some things are slightly different.
I can't get into the hold, though.
Ah.
Because that was the door down into the holds.
Do you already have the key by virtue of killing everyone?
Oh, fuck. I forgot keys were a thing in this game.
Yeah, you forgot keys were a thing because you used gun. You were just like,
I
can't get in.
used the master key.
Yeah, use the master key. Firearm.
Yeah, I had the key.
You had... God damn it. You're like, how do I open the door? Have you used the key? Oh.
Alright. I killed absolutely everyone in the submarine base because I hadn't checked the key ring.
And so people ask me, why did Depp's character in the Magistrata Mundanus kill all those people? Now you know why. You have seen this play out.
Listen, I play characters that don't make complex decisions because I make complex and difficult decisions every day.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand. But it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's not bad on the comedy side. I legitimately forgot that keys were a thing in this game.
It's alright. But now you guys know how it happened.
It's not alright for those people.
No, everyone here is dead.
Oh, they're not. Not yet.
Guy on Broadway says, to this day I still get a chuckle out of, are you armed? No. Oh, shame.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like I was telling Tex the other day, I still think that putting down the car with the bolter was the best gag I did.
Oh, God. I mean, here's the thing: is I've written an outline for Mundanus too. I have a lot of projects pending. I still have to get the book out for one, which I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
which you're waiting on me on.
It's fine. We're taking our time. We're also gonna get Aldonius to do art for it, and we're putting a lot of fun stuff in there. Deb's helping me put a lot of police stuff in there. So even if your players don't know how to be cops, it's got enough rough police procedurals like how to do a crime scene, how to collect evidence, radio procedure, and all that other stuff. So you can hand the manual to your players and they can play whatever they want without having to know how cops do it because there's a police manual.
Yeah.
So they know what rules to break.
The other thing is, people, like I used to play a lot of Delta Green. People would get caught up in Delta Green. Oh, I don't know how this or that federal agency works. You don't have to. As long as your players also have a similar understanding to what you do, you guys can play it that way. Now, if you've got a player who's, NSA asset, and he's like, no, that's not how this works. No, that's not how this works. And you got some other issues there, but...
Yeah, you don't have to play everything perfectly realistically. You can shave the corners off stuff because you don't want a realistic game. Because as soon as somebody gets hurt, the game sucks. You'll be like, well, you broke a rib, so you're gonna be out for months. Because while you can do basic things, you're gonna be in like some restricted movement. So you're gonna take like -5 to all actions for like 4 months. That's not fun.
Well, not for some people.
But yeah, I am the Traveler podcast. We're gonna have another one of those soon. We're nearing the endish of that, and the Magistrata Mundanus is going to be worked on. We're gonna get that book out, and we're just gonna make a PDF, and we're gonna put it on the Patreon. Just use that as hosting, and we'll just hand it off to people. No charge, nothing. Like I will set that Patreon post available to the general public, and everyone can just take it. I don't care.
Police sounds like a lot of work. Can we just frame people for the crimes? Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
It's that kind of setting.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it. Is some people have joked and said I had a few comments where people called it Disco Imperium. I just it's supposed to be as fun as your players let it be. Because if your players want something a little bit more of a slow burn, obviously do that. But I was hoping to have something basically like Harlan Ellison's LA Quintet. I wanted something like LA Noir or LA Confidential or any of those hard-boiled, presentations of a city in the 50s. And they gave me the Naked Gun. And I just rolled with it because fuck it. And it was hilarious. And that's how, I was not intending that game to be slapstick. But as a DM, if somebody's having more fun doing a certain thing, by all means. Yeah, Silicon Soul says, we made an arrest. Did you solve the case? We made an arrest.
Yeah, that's kind of how it went. I think we arrested 2 people total.
But yeah, we're gonna make sure that's available. We've got a few other projects in the fires, and we just want to make sure everyone has a good time. Because there's a lot of, quote-unquote influencer RPG products out there, and I don't want to tell you what to enjoy. I just want to say we enjoyed this, and it is our pleasure to bring it to you. No charge on the house. Please enjoy it. In fact, we're all just humbled people like it. I've had people who were in the Aux, draw pictures of characters from the Mundanus. I've had people in the Aux draw characters of all the weird people in Traveler, and that's been a joy. That's been a real joy, and I really appreciate that.
It's been an interesting ride. Seeing how people respond to that.
I have a whole thumb drive that has all my writing on it. But the other thing that's on that thumb drive that's really important, other than my personal documents, I actually have a folder on that thumb drive, and it's every piece of fan art I've ever gotten. And every time I have like a sad, I open that up and I look at it. And I just remember that, you know, even though these people may not know me, they're thinking positive things about me, and that helps me a little bit. So, you know, little nice gestures go a long way. I do always appreciate it.
Anybody else hear something?
Yeah, did anybody else hear something?
I don't think that you're gonna hear shit for long, because as soon as like they alert to something or cue into it, it's just suppressed rifle fire.
I'm kind of amazed that they're able to hear anything over all the machinery, but that hurt.
Well, he didn't need that leg.
I didn't think it would go that far. Oh fuck.
Well, BC Jenton doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Never did.
He should change his name to Neil. You think his favorite restaurant's IHOP? Or how about Footloose?
Kind of mess.
I think he likes that movie.
You guys are being awful fucking free and loose with the lambs.
Could you imagine someone running that fast on one leg?
That's a good point.
That would really freak me out to see someone like charging across the room at a dead sprint on one leg, as though the other one were there. I'd be like, holy fuck, no. Please no.
Okay. Oh, dude, this is that fucking microwave hallway from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Just a little bit of microwave. You don't have to worry about it. Just a little bit of zzz, you know.
That was close. Dude, they're running a fucking helicopter in the closed deck.
Look, it helps circulate the air. You also have that law rocket. You should use it on the robot.
I've got the GEP gun for that robot.
That's fair. Guy on Broadway refers to, you know, he made something in Space Station 13 and people ported it to Space Station 14. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of the greatest moments of speaking to any creator I ever spoke to was when I interviewed EX81, who made Space Station 13. And there was every potential for this guy to basically say, this is mine, fuck off, you can't do anything with it. And when he realized he didn't have the time to spend on it anymore, he just basically gave it away. He like helped other people put it together and said, here's how it works, and you can do whatever you like, you know, just take care of it. And that was it. That was his instruction.
Was this the big box thing I'm supposed to plant the lamb on? Hey,
That
another water
looks
break.
fairly structural. All right.
Oh god, it's 6:30.
It is. All right. That does look kind of structural there. He's like, that doesn't look right. All right, keep looking. What if you just kept all those, like, knives, you know?
Yeah,
all those,
just
all those
I
all those
jangle
combat
from
knives.
all of the knives that I've picked up.
Yeah, and you've just got them hanging from you like a Christmas tree in tinsel. You know? And they're like, why is this man like this? And they're like, That's BJ Fenton. That's BJ Fentanyl. That sounds like a bad DJ name.
Oh, it's
I'm BJ
110% of bad. Hold on, I'm gonna get myself some distance this time.
I actually met someone who introduced themselves as a DJ, and I asked why, and they got very mad. They were like, "Yeah, you know, I'm DJ so and so," and I'm like, "Why?" They didn't like that. They were just like, "How dare you?" They were very upset that my response was why.
Alright,
Well,
there
I don't
should
care what
be a square with some hazard stripes or similar around a four-sided box.
That was what we just saw in the basement.
Yeah,
We saw that.
what I thought.
But yeah, I mean, they were like, "I'm a DJ," and I'm like, "Why?" Like that. I'm not saying that you can't do that as a job, but I think there's like 5 DJs who do that full time. Like that's a hard gig.
But this isn't it, Night Owl. With the hazard stripes. And I suppose it's octagonal instead of four-sided. Or is it going to be like a decal on the wall that I need to put it on?
I'm just saying that looks structural. If
This
I
is the
walked in
first thing that hasn't obviously been a texture they used in another part of the ship.
That's a fair point as well.
It's going to
It's gonna
be a small thing on the wall.
All right, I'm just saying. To me, to the layman, that looks structural.
Yeah, that looks floaty to me as well, but...
Sergeant, is that you?
Yep. Me. Sergeant. Sergeant Payne.
Oh God, we're doing the '80s action movie thing now.
Throw a fucking
Like,
lamb at me again? Are you guys all suicidal?
I think on the radio they've heard nothing but murder for like the last hour, and then someone mumbling, going, "Where am I?"
Not just the radio. That's on the radio. That's on all of the security cameras. You know,
Yeah.
I put it out over the PA once because I was trying to
Yeah.
ask for help.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Stay quiet, maybe he won't see you," like like Jurassic Park, you know. They're just like, "Okay, let's just
Well, that's a
act like we're
decal.
not here."
Those are barrels. That's some ammo. Lockpick. Some darts. Vent. Is this the same panel I've already been in? Am I going
Oh,
in
man.
circles?
You know, the boat's only so big, but this is also that era of games where everything has similar textures, right?
Yeah.
So you have no idea if you've gone in circles. There's no warning that you've done a whole pop goes the weasel. You know, it's just
Remember the briefing.
there it is.
God damn it.
Man, he got you.
Yeah, and I don't think I've saved in a while.
Well, you now know how to get downstairs using the magic of key.
Oh, I saved when I first went downstairs. Okay.
Yeah. See, fine.
That's
You've
why you
got-
leave a trail of bodies, Tex.
Exactly. You just leave the trail of bodies and you step gingerly over each one, right?
Well, I don't know. Snake was always the one that stepped gingerly over the bodies. You could really tell he was not a fan of them.
I wish I could hold a rifle on target while running backwards downstairs.
Yeah.
You know, I just wish I had that kind of hand-eye coordination there.
Well, that's hand, eye, foot, torso. That's everything coordination.
What
I mean, that's where you say, I'd like to try it for the Olympics, please. You know? That's some serious shit.
Dude, I was worried about the lamb. These guys have got lambs out the ass.
I think that's intentional, just so you don't run out. Now, you have one leg and piece of leg.
Yeah.
Perhaps, and I'm just thinking, perhaps, you should heal some parts or all, you know. Just, so your other leg, so that the legs stay on.
Yeah,
Right?
leg good.
I think the leg should stay on the body. I mean, that's just my opinion, man.
He locked it on me.
He's here somewhere.
Come out, mister. You can't
Well, people
hide,
do
bro.
that.
Okay, drop it.
You didn't want to come in here.
I love that you just shot the door, and they were like, I need to open that door. And the other guy should have been like, the one with a divot in it from a bullet?
Yeah.
That one?
Sometimes doors are important. Doors and corners, kid. That's where they get you.
That's true.
That's actually remarkably good advice for a TV show.
Yeah, I know. In The Expanse, when he said that, I was like, what a magical character.
Yeah. He really... Thomas Jane made that character. Because the books, still a cool character, but I can't see him as anyone other than Thomas Jane after that performance.
Thomas Jane nailed it, but he's also always done good in that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
He's
every role I've seen him in, I've been like, oh man, it's Thomas Jane. And he
He-
throws himself in.
reminds me of Nicolas Cage, not in Nicolas Cage's acting, but in the fact that I don't think I've ever seen him phone a performance in.
No, Nicolas Cage goes hard. Like,
Yep.
if you told Nicolas Cage you're a cloud, like you're a cloud, and you're gonna rain today. Nicolas Cage would have like a 5-minute rant on what that meant.
Yep, he would decide what shape cloud he was and what that meant for his character, and he would act it to the fucking nines. And that's what it is he acts to the hilt in insane, ridiculous productions.
Well, so does Chris. I mean, it's like Christopher Walken. People
Yeah.
make fun of Christopher Walken for taking all the roles he does. And someone asked him, why do you take all these crazy roles? And he says, I like working.
That's Nicolas Cage has said similar. I like to act.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. It looks like he's having fun. More power to him.
If I was an actor and somebody said to me, like, hey, I have this crazy role for you, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like, I'm going to get paid and I get to do my job? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you
what
want
do
me to
need
wear
do?
what kind of wig? Fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this. I want to be the crazy person. Like, I would take all the roles that were just batshit crazy people. I'd be like, yeah, I can play batshit crazy. I've been that way before. Sure, why not? That sounds fun. Like, why wouldn't you? I would love to see Christopher Walken and Nick Cage in anything from Shakespeare. Like, dead serious. Doesn't have to be a lot of money.
No, yeah. I know Walken has done a lot of theater. He may actually have already done Shakespeare.
Well, I'm sure. I'm just saying those two together.
Yeah. Those two together in like Henry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Wiring project, your order, don't delay, weld point 2. 71,541. So it said right there that one of the points that I'm looking for is in a cage.
A cage, eh?
You're still angry at the amount of space I'm devoting to the law when I have a GEP gun? The GEP gun will not one-hit the massive mechs, whereas the law will.
Yeah, and maybe that's, you know, the emotional support law. Have you thought about that? We almost got Nick Cage as Superman once.
Yeah, the test footage for that is interesting to look at. Because he's still got the long hair from Con Air.
I would love if he had put on the accent from Con Air.
Yeah.
Drop the money.
Or his bad lieutenant accent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been some shit. That would have been some amazing shit. I'm not gonna even lie. That'd be amazing. I mean, anything he's in is memorable. That's one thing I have to point out. Like, all of his characters are memorable. They're not terrible characters. I mean,
No.
The only thing you can really fault them on is, like, yeah, the lines are paper thin. Like, you have characters that are just stupid ideas.
And
And
that's
then this
not
guy
his
comes
fault.
out. No, that's the writer's fault. I mean,
I've seen some really good actors perform badly because they weren't directed well or the character wasn't written well. And they just didn't have anything to work with.
that's fair. The only one I didn't really like in the last many years, when you have somebody who has to portray someone, I thought Joaquin Phoenix was awful as Napoleon.
Yeah.
Like, they made Napoleon seem like a petulant child, which I know is like the British narrative. They're like, oh, old Boney, you know, they treat him like he was just a little guy. But yeah, Napoleon is a petulant child, I don't believe. And then the other one that was like really bizarre to me was him as like Johnny Cash.
He did reasonable as Johnny Cash, but yeah, it was an interesting pair up. He looks similar to Cash, which is why I think they did it. But Johnny Cash is such a reserved person anyway, and then you put Joaquin Phoenix kind of reserved method of acting on top of it, and there's just not much there for the character.
No, I agree.
Go ahead.
Well, remember there was that Punisher movie with Thomas Jane.
Yes,
again,
the Thomas Jane Punisher.
And there was that guy who played the guitar, who was the hitman, who looked and sang like Johnny Cash. And that guy had actually been in a Cash biopic before. I forget his name, but he actually had. And I was like, "There's your Johnny Cash."
Yeah. I mean, if you need somebody to sing songs like Cash did, Coulter Wall has that voice.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I shot the robot. I didn't mean to shoot the robot. Sorry, Mr. Robot.
Guys, did we pass 204 and nothing happened?
I think we did. Is this the point?
So the whole internet is broken.
Yeah.
The whole internet is broken, but 204 did not happen.
Yep. Should be able to blow up those doors, you think. Yes, that is what took my legs last time. No, robot! God damn it. Fucking robot.
You know, I don't trust robots either. They're pretty sus. They're pretty dangerous. Robots.
Can be.
Who needs them, right?
Okay, so
I'm gonna
is
be
that
the
one of the
first
weld
person.
points?
I'm gonna be one of the first persons.
You
who
didn't
gets
have to kill
killed
the
by a
engineer?
robot.
Yes, I did.
Don't say you didn't have to in this playthrough. We all know what's gonna happen. There's a lot of things that don't have to happen in life, but they do.
I think this is the build. Also, Nick Cage ended up in a lot of debt in the mid-2000s due to some bad investments, and the reason he was in a lot of bad movies is because he had to work. Yep, I've heard that before.
Yeah, and that can happen. I mean, God, who wasn't in debt during the Great Debt Crisis?
Fuck.
What did we do?
I think I just killed power to the entire ship.
Oh, thank God you have...
No
Oh.
power.
Thank God, huh?
Because the Electric Man's batteries run dry.
Yeah, it's true. They do. The Electric Man. That sounds like a really bad knockoff of the $6 Million Man. But I think the $6 Million Man these days would just be called that guy who had a liver transplant.
Yeah.
You know, when my uncle died of cancer, the day of his funeral, the hospital was bugging my aunt, and I screamed my head off. Over the phone, I yelled at him, and I called him every name I knew, because they said, you owe us $1.6 million. And I was like, give him a day, guys. And they said, this is very serious. And I was like, where are you right now? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, let's just have a crate OT&T, right?
I'm trying to
Gently?
gently.
Yeah.
I guess that door doesn't blow. Everything else in the
Well.
fucking room did.
See, if you could move everything, I'd put the heavy door next to it, just to force the explosion one direction. You can do a lot of amazing stuff with, like, a jug of water.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you take a grenade will not blow through a concrete wall. But if you put a jug of water and hang it from the wall by ropes behind the grenade, it sure will.
Yep. Because water is immovable enough that, thank Christ.
This is called the explosive lens effect.
So out there is the cargo hold with the spinning chopper and the robot.
Company.
There's a robot. He's down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, guy on Broadway says, I mean, yeah, they have TNT. TNT was lying around. Sears was having a sale.
Never underestimate the Sears sale, man.
Could you imagine if Sears had
Definitely
not
somebody,
gone
he
bankrupt?
says, as explosions rain.
Could you imagine if Sears had not gone bankrupt, right, and had continued to build to where they were larger than Amazon in the modern day and still had the same catalog? This is also presuming a lot of laws did not exist.
Alright, I think I've cleared the Illuminati out. Ooh, a multi-tool.
One of the objects you should have, I think, in all honesty, with the way you play, is just a whistle. You can just blow it really loud.
And have
And just
people
wait
come
there.
look at me.
Yeah, just have a duck call, right?
Yep.
You're just like, wah, wah, and then they come around the corner and you just Elmer Fudd them.
Gave him the old yeller. Let's go into that farm out in the country.
Well, I remember when we were all playing that Hunt Call of the Wild game over COVID because we all had maximum indoor hours. So
Yes,
we were just hanging
well.
out and being, because a lot of people, sorry, I know, yes, you can't be a cop from home, really. But a lot of people had a lot of indoor hours, and everyone in the Legion was playing the Hunt Call of the Wild game just because it was comfy. Like, you didn't even have to shoot any animals. Just walking through the woods, you know, was really nice. And so I hated that the game made you buy like 20 different calls. So I refused to. And so I used the duck call on everything. And I remember I would just walk around the woods blowing the duck call, and occasionally animals would just happen into us, and I would say it worked, and then 12 gauge them at point blank range.
Yep.
I got minimal scores for everything because I also said I don't want to have like 8 different rifles for 8 different kinds of animals. So it was just like 10 gauge shotgun. And that's really all I needed.
They added an AR.
Yeah, but
it's got the same limitations as their Garand, though.
Oh, right. Because I know the Garand, I was like, why can't I bump fire this? Like, ah, deer. I remember the first time I played that game, you were laughing at me because I shot that deer like 8 times in the face and it ran off.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can find your deer Tex, it's the one that whistles.
God, yeah. Alright. I don't think there's anything there.
I mean, you've done a good job of just burning everything down.
Yeah, I tried to blow up the helicopter twice. Like you do.
Well, I mean, like you do.
Fire extinguishers? Okay.
Why does Deb try to blow up the chopper? Because it's there.
It says attack chopper, and it's not the black one that my friend is trapped in, so, you know,
Yeah.
fuck 'em. I'm too used to Metal Gear Solid rules, right? Where if you see it, you will have to fight it at some point, so try to kill it before you do.
Yeah, I mean, you have to attack the chopper. It says attack chopper on it, right?
It does. That looks deadly.
Yeah, that seems a bit zappy in there. You know? Ah, yes, Chekhov's chopper. Well, I saw it, so as to play a role in this.
Yeah. Am I wrong, though?
I'm not arguing. I'm not judging.
A Russian Hind D. What's it doing here? Autogon? And then you wind up having to fight it with a rubber band and fucking, you know, firecrackers. I'm gonna die.
I love how he asked why is there a Hind D. They should be like, well, that's the export model. Those things are everywhere. You can just have those. That's like the checklist for like Johnny Terror Mans. Of course you have a Hind. It's like having a gold-plated AK. Of course you do.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is it Jason Bourne? Or is it Leggy Offie?
It's leggy offy. With the leg off a clock.
Snake, that's an Exporto-class ship. Oh, man.
Fuck, I hear tippy tappies.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Oh, hey, there's someone I haven't killed yet. One down.
Snake. It took down a fleet. Wait, why am I talking to Snake as Snake? Damn it.
That's the one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, no, you need... Fucking hell. You need the Otacon voice, which is high and whiny. And clearly, he didn't want anybody to really care about the character, but they did anyway, so then he worked him in later games. Same thing happened to Raiden.
They felt sorry for the character, because it was just like a stand-in.
Of course they did. He peed his pants in a locker.
Yeah, I mean, he's the stand-in for all the nerds that got bullied, you know? Like, Otacon may be annoying as fuck, but he's an honest character. He's like, I don't want to be here. Of course you don't.
Yeah, I didn't mean to build the death robot with nuclear missiles.
I just like robots. Could happen to anybody, right?
Howdy, PK.
Oh, man.
Alright, we are 7 minutes to 7 Central, so we have Farm Sim Fridays coming up. And we will go from there. Next week we'll probably be back with this, but we might bring something new.
Deb's trying to get me into trucking simulator, because Deb wants me to drive with Deb. I've seen Deb drive, and if you thought Deb was bad in the spin tires game, you have no idea what you're in for.
we
Deb
might
totaled a truck driving it 15 minutes. Every car on the road was doing like headstands, because Deb would pass them and just clip them with a bumper and send them into the wall and just flatten them.
Well, I found out that the monetary value of a human life in American Truck Simulator is rather low.
Yeah, it's like $70 kill a family of 4 with a truck.
So, yeah, no, we were talking about trying to. They released a Kansas update. They added the state of Kansas.
Ugh.
And Tex long ago had the Kansas rant. I don't know if it even made it back onto the channel after the
I
hack.
don't think it did, but the Kansas rant is one of the oldest things I remembered writing, and it was, I drove through Kansas while looking at grad schools, and it was just fear and loathing in Kansas, and I was just every stop trying to find an escape.
Yeah.
Kansas is the only state where you can watch your dog run away for 4 days straight.
It gets flatter the further north you go, man. Nebraska's worse than the Dakotas.
Yeah. It's just scream internally.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing to drive through. Oklahoma's pretty bad, and I got family in Oklahoma, and they'll tell you it's pretty bad. In Oklahoma, you can smell the Bar S rendering plant for 20 miles.
Yeah. The Bar S plant, the Tyson chicken plant in Topeka is fucking awful. UNC Samurai, did you stop at the Cosmosphere when you were here in Kansas, Tex? I don't think you did.
No, I was a bit busy.
Yeah, if I ever drag you out here, we might make a trip.
Yeah, because I had like 3 days to hit all the grad schools for history.
Omaha's nicer than it has any right to be for as much crime as it's got.
That's true. And I'm just saying, like, I grew up in rural Texas, so I'm not trying to say where I grew up was any better. It's just, in rural Texas, you can at least shoot guns off the porch, and people will join you.
Oklahoma roads are terrible. They're fucking awful.
Yeah.
And then they still have the gall to have a toll road through Oklahoma City, where you are destroying all four of your leaf springs, just trying to navigate.
I think that toll road in Oklahoma City is for the privilege of saying it, because that town's actually kind of nice.
Oklahoma City's interesting. The Murray Bombing Memorial is really, really good if you've never been to the museum there.
I also liked
Sac Museum.
Tulsa.
Yes, the Sac Museum's on my to-do list.
I also like Tulsa and Stillwater. The Hideaway Pizza in Stillwater is pretty amazing. The Hideaway. And Eskimo Joe's, of course. I've gotten drunk more than once at Eskimo Joe's.
Ooh, so, yep, on that note, we will take our leave. So,
Noted. So we'll see you fuckers next week. And remember, stay safe, take care of each other, be nice, and you know what? You guys deserve some bacon. I insist. Go make it.
alright, see y'all.
By order of the administrator, all employees are reminded Fridays are now casual Friday.
Oh, damn it.